Today, I'll be telling you why Mortenax Blade actually got nerfed harder than you think in V3, despite his multipliers and stuff seemingly staying the same. But before that, let me introduce you to today's sponsor, Enjoy GM, the best platform to top up any in-game currency for the games you play. Today, I'll be showcasing how to use Enjoy GM. All you need is your UID and server region. No passwords or logins needed. Be sure to use the link in the description to register, as you'll be able to get an 8% off coupon that works site-wide, and also another first purchase coupon for some popular gacha games. After your first order, you'll even unlock member-exclusive discounts, which means you'll get everything at an even cheaper rate, without losing any in-game perks like first top-up bonuses. Enjoy GM is PCI DSS certified and has numerous positive reviews on Trustpilot, so you have nothing to worry about. If you have any further questions, you can always join their Discord server and get your answers there. So, what are you waiting for? Click the link below to support my channel and save big today. Anyways, the surface level changes are pretty obvious. They're trying to make him more in line with being an Acheron support via the Nihility ult's damage bullshit in his trace. This is good because his kit has kinda a clear direction going forward. It's weird that both supports released for Acheron in mind are Fire Nihility men. Why specifically this combo? Who knows? Probably Hoyoverse making a meme or some shit relating to lore. The other surface level change is the fact that he kinda sucks with follow-up attack at E0, now with the buff being moved to E2 for some reason, which is whatever. It means that his kit isn't split in multiple different directions. Now for the actual nerf. He obviously lost Infinity. That's normal, but how did he lose it is the issue. They made it so that he can no longer use his skill at 1 HP, which is not a really good fix either because it opens room for when a healer can do a follow-up attack that satisfies the condition for this infinite loop. So if Hoyoverse ever slips up, it might come back. Now for the actual reason I think that's an issue. It's because he's actually way more cancerous to use in Sustainless. And that's because of his other nerf where his extra skill now also consumes HP, which means he's twice as susceptible to dying in Sustainless comps as before. So for any low-cost speedrun with this character being a universal support would actually suffer more to make it work, and it probably can't work in a lot of situations nowadays because of the survivability issue. Building tank doesn't really work that well either because his deduction is max HP based anyways. You also can't really save his skill usage to some end of rotation magic due to the inability to use skill at 1 HP thing. I know Blade doesn't actually die when he dies in his ult states, but it's usually a run-ending incident regardless. The only workaround to the survivability issue in Sustainless comps is if you front-load your damage so hard you kill the boss before it can even take turn 2 times. Which is a pretty crazy thing to bet on. You basically get less AV to work with versus a comp without Blade in it. I already said in V1 that they'll nerf him by fucking with his energy economy, mainly alongside making him more of an Acheron support, and both actually happened. The amp is whatever, but the damage dealt and the energy would be impacted. So I guess this is how they did it. If he has a cap on the skills he can use in Sustainless, he has a cap on the energy he can gain, which means less ults and less damage overall. This also applies to shielder comps in a more negative way since comps with a sustained already clear slower, and shielders can't make him go above 1 HP again. So at some point you'll be stuck with a deadbeat that doesn't really do much, which doesn't sound too universal to me honestly. The last change I think is major is the fact that he also lost his E2. With his follow-up stuff from base kits being moved to E2, it means his original E2 is just kinda gone. I didn't predict that more, so due to not even mentioning his idolants in my V1 video. To summarize, he's pretty universal still. Assuming your team has a healing sustain specifically, otherwise you have to jump through hoops to maximize his value. And honestly, how many teams in this game are BIS with healers in it? I can't really think of any at the moment. Maybe original blade? Who knows, honestly. Maybe I'll remember in V5. If they want to work with Akron better, she better get a good Nihility sustain. That's all for today, and I'll see you in the next one.